But listen to how the Prime Minister described the protest.
Yesterday's march was peaceful and was an opportunity for people to express their concern about what is happening in Gaza.
Peaceful? Peaceful protests sing Kumbaya, Prime Minister. Listen to what this one was singing. Yeah, death, death to the IDF. Death to the young Israeli men and women who are defending their fellow citizens, Jewish and Muslim alike, from Hamas, from Hezbollah, from Islamic Jihad, from the Houthis and from Iran. Fancy wishing death upon the IDF, the defence forces that all young Israelis serve with as a part of their duty to protect their nation. The same IDF who lost dozens of men and women on October the 7th and has lost dozens more since. Then you should have a listen to this local leader of a Sydney Muslim community.
We have here Sheikh Ibrahim Dadoun. How are you finding it?
MashaAllah, it's absolutely packed. Numbers look left, right, centre. There's all people coming from all around Australia to support our brothers and sisters in Palestine. This is very heartwarming.
Tell me about the crowd.
The crowd's incredible. They've got a lot of energy. Everyone here wants to see the end of starvation. They want to see the end of the Zionist entity committing their atrocities and their war crime. We stand on the harbour bridge on an iconic day when we are protesting, we're marching for humanity.
Yeah, Sheikh Ibrahim Dadoun, railing against the Zionist state, he says, and marching for humanity. Does he look and sound a little familiar to you? Well, that's because you've seen him before, about 22 months ago now, the day after the October the 7th atrocities, when he was joyously celebrating the murder, rape, torture and abduction of about 1,500 men, women and children in southern Israel.
The night of pride! The night of victory! This is the day we've been waiting for!
How did that make you and your community feel?
Our community's shaken up, Steve, and understandably so. I mean, you had the total number of people who are estimated to have been in this march are pretty much the equivalent of the entire Australian Jewish community, which numbers at roughly 100,000 odd. And, you know, this so-called March for Humanity, which was promoted as a peaceful demonstration, was anything but. As you mentioned, there were photos of Ayatollah Khomeini, who's responsible for the deaths of thousands of people around the world and sponsoring terrorism that has killed tens of thousands of Israelis and Americans. And you've got chants for the destruction of Israel. You've got chants for deaths and Americans. And you've got chants for the destruction of Israel. You've got chants for death to the Israeli Defense Forces, the display of Nazi symbolism, glorification of terrorism. I mean, these images are not about peace. They're not about a two-state solution. They're not about Israelis and Palestinians living side by side and ending the horrific war which Israel didn't start and didn't want. And so, as you mentioned, the image of Farouki, Assange, Craig Foster standing in front of a giant image of Ayatollah Khomeini, I think says it all. It's a mask drop moment. I mean, if these people wanted peace, then they'd stand side by side with Jews and Palestinians and have Israeli and Palestinians flags flying side by side and calling for an end to Hamas, for a return of the hostages, for a ceasefire and the beginning of a two-state future. But in fact, there wasn't, out of 90,000 people marching, there wasn't a single Israeli flag. There wasn't a single image of any of the Israeli hostages. And I think that really tells you everything you need to know, that one of Australia's most iconic symbols, the Harbour Bridge, a place that should be all about unity, became a symbol of hate. It was hijacked to delegitimize Israel as the only Jewish state in the world. So this wasn't a march for humanity. This was a march against Israel.
You talked to, there were
of minds.
Alon, I made the point on my program on Friday that now we've had on October 8 the scenes outside the Sydney Opera House, the day after the terror attacks on Israel, and depending on who you talk to, there was chants of "Gas the Jews" or "Where are the Jews?" You then bookend that with the Sydney Harbour Bridge with 90,000 people on it. Those pictures, and it's no coincidence that these people chose those two iconic locations, because they know that those pictures will go around the world. So what is yesterday saying to Jews around the world and to everybody around the world about what Australia thinks about what's going on in Gaza?
Well, listen, Steve, I think I want to separate two issues. I received a lot of very concerned phone calls from friends, family around the world, in the United States, in Europe, in Israel, saying, what on earth is going on in Australia? And it's not because they take issue with people caring about what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, anyone who sees children who are suffering, anyone who knows what real war is about, knows that, this people should care about this. People should come out and protest suffering, whether it's Israelis, Palestinians, or anyone else. Anti-Semitism is actually about saying Israel is fighting for some very specific values, which are the same as Australian values, as American values, as European values. These are Western liberal values against a psychotic Islamist terrorist organization bent on its destruction. And I understand that this is foreign for many Australians, because fortunately here in Australia, we don't have an existential threat. We don't have an Islamist organization on our doorstep trying to massacre our families. But it is the reality that Israel lives in.